Hey YouTube, floss tube, mouse tube, fun tube. Welcome back to Grandma's World. I'm Debbie, trying to hit every day in December as part of Vlogmas, Mousmas. And I had a busy day. Today I went to see my mom, and I actually left her an hour early. We had a nice visit because her power was out. So I got there at 10, and we couldn't watch TV. We couldn't even, we couldn't use our tablets or our phones, and we couldn't even work a puzzle because there wasn't enough light in our dining room, which is where we usually work a puzzle. So I left an hour early to try to connect up with my construction people who are working in my front room. It's the last big project of the year, truly a whole year or longer of working on this. And the carpet's going in on the 14th, and we still have to paint. So I'm jumping in and doing some of this stuff myself while they work on other areas to try to get this done, because I really want this finished. The chaos here. They say that the way that you live is a reflection of your energy. The conditions that you're living in are a reflection of your energy, and I can tell you that this chaos that I'm living in is contributing to the chaos in my head, which is contributing back to how I'm living. So I'm anxious to get it done and try to pretend to be a sane person again. At any rate, for my little report today, progress. I really enjoyed working on this last night, and am pleased with my progress. It's now stuck in its project bag. I put it on a Q-snap. The heck? Right. I put it, and I apologize for the lighting. It's night here now. I got home from my mom's, checked in with my construction guys, took a little break to do some Christmas shopping, kind of last minute stuff that I need to get in the next day or two so I can ship the stuff to Japan in hopes of getting it there in time for Christmas. And then just decided, by then the sun had gone down by the time I did all that. That's why I look kind of Halloween spooky tonight. But I decided that I could either pay my bills tonight and get them out in the mail by noon tomorrow, or I could pay them in the morning and get them out in the mail by noon tomorrow, and I decided I'd much rather do this. So here I am, and this is, like I said, this has been it was a lot easier to work on this piece last night once I got it on a Q-snap and got all of the extra fabric rolled up and pinned down a little bit. I just roll it and use a peel to kind of attach it to the plastic in the back. Put a grime guard over it. I think this is, I'm not sure, because I bought grime guards about 10 years ago in Shepherd's Bush, and I think this might be one of the Shepherd's Bush, but I also order them from Garen Toten Bags from Ronnie, because he does such a good job. Let's see, maybe this, if it has holes in it, it's one of Ronnie's, or not. At any rate, I did make progress last night. Let's see if I can get it to show you. I got quite a bit of the white done. I need a pointer. Got quite a bit of the white done. I got bored with it and decided to take up the piece to start working on the bird. So that's what that is. And I think the scale of it's going to be just what I want. I think it's going to look just the way I want it to look. I went in to work on it for 30 minutes and ended up spending a couple of hours, but that's fine. And I didn't watch my movie last night. I didn't watch Miracle on 34th Street. And so now I have a dilemma. Do I watch Miracle on 34th Street tonight, or do I pick up tonight's movie, which was going to be White Christmas? So it'll be a mystery until tomorrow, unless I decide to do both of them. Who knows what I'm going to do. It's like I said, it's chaos here. Here's my agenda to remind me. So that's tonight's movie. All right, today's daily haul. This is so much fun. I love reaching in my pretty little Christmas box to pull something out. Oh, this was a real extravagance on my part. I don't think I ever would have been attracted to this set just based on the pictures on the charts. And I'd pretty much sworn I wasn't going to start any new big projects. I'm got enough going on, not going to buy any more. But I kept seeing people showing their Glitter Village pieces. And I love the colors in that, and I love the designs. So I ended up, yeah, ordering the whole set. So, Glitter House one, I guess they're just numbered, huh? So that one, I don't know much about these yet. And I need to do some reading and looking at what kind of flosses are required, or at least suggested. I tend to not use necessarily the ones that are suggested, but I haven't actually seen this in person, just people's pictures. But this is one of the ones that grabbed me. I just think that's darling. This one. Love that color. So I have a very pretty little tin that I picked up in, so if you're just stopping by for the first time, I have two sons. One of my sons lives in Tokyo with his wife and two children, their two children. And I've been to Tokyo now 4 times. And the last 2 times, the boys were old enough to have fun at the Disney parks. And so we had a visit there, a couple of nights and some days there. And one of my favorite souvenirs to bring back are the tins, the gift goodie tins. And there's one that really fits that style. It's very sweet. And so I'm just going to put it in that and tuck it away for another year. I'm not going to try to do it today. Although I think tonight I might look at those instructions and see what we're looking at as far as threads, what flosses I'm going to need. What else do we have? Oh, the Advent Zooms. Okay. So Angie stopped by. Angie Cross Stitch stopped by. Thank you, Angie, for coming by and saying hi. And she wanted to know if the cute little things that I'm putting in my backwards Advent calendar were magnets or just what they were. And so I decided to just take a minute to show you what those are. Zoom Zooms, if you're not familiar with Zoom Zooms, they were. I don't think we can even get them here in the United States anymore. But they were little stuffed Disney characters about this big. They look like Twinkies to me. They just looked like they're just little hot dog shaped, sausage shaped critters, and they were so cute. And they were designed in Japan for the Japanese market. And I can vouch for this. Japanese housing is quite small for the most part. And they are short on space. They don't have a lot of places to collect things and save things. And so what they did was design these zooms. They were about maybe 3 inches long and would be about 1.5 inches wide, and you could stack them. So if you had a kid or a grown kid like me who had just one little corner next to a bookshelf maybe, they could stack these things 20 high or higher, and they're really cute and not too expensive, and they tended to be really well made. What happened for me is, and I didn't even know that this was going on because my kids are older than that, and it's not someplace, I don't hang out in the toy department very much. But I was at Costco 3 years ago, and they were selling the Zoom. I was collecting the Zooms, the plush Zooms. That I did collect, but I didn't know they made them in vinyl. And they were selling an advent calendar at Costco. It wasn't particularly expensive, so I picked it up. And it was my first advent calendar ever. And I was delighted. I was just enchanted with this thing. Every day I got to open it up and pull out something adorable. So these are the zooms. Let's see if I can get this to work. So like this one is, I'm gonna guess Lucky. It might be Pongo in the red. I think it's Pongo. 101 Dalmatians. Are you gonna fight me on this? Yeah, and my essential tremor is really acting up today. So let's do this. Let's take the Christmas box and roll it around here. And then we're gonna grab a whiteboard. It's stuck. I noticed last night I was showing this. This is one of my, here in town we have an art gallery called Mermaid Gallery, and I get stuff there. I was advertising for her. Okay, but she deserves it. So maybe do that. At any rate. So Pongo, I think that's Pongo. And they're just vinyl, they're just little plastic critters. And here's Bambi. And here's King Triton. Look at his tail, look at his fin. Super neat. I really like the merfolk on here. Oops. At any rate, in the Advent calendar, they came with, the calendar had furnishings for them to stack in. That wasn't a very successful attempt, was it? These were the biggest ones. So they came in 3 sizes. And then these were the medium. This is Rapunzel with flowers in her hair. And then they had little teeny ones. These are I just love little teeny things. Well, here's Aurora in the medium size. And then this is Ariel. And she's really teeny. Oh, this is disappointing. I guess we'll just have to wait till I get them into the calendar. How are you doing? Anyway, I think she's my favorite because she has the cutest little fin tail, little tail in the back. They sold these in the Advent calendar. Was my first introduction, and I enjoyed it so much that I went home and I went on eBay and I found out that they had been selling them for either 3 or 4 years, and I was able to get another one. And that gave me a really nice selection of the furnishings to get 2 different years worth and of the characters. But I also started buying them they came in blind bags, in mystery packs with furniture. So each one would have a piece of an accessory of some kind. So like this is the Aurora, and then she came with her bed, and so you would assemble the bed, and then she would fit in there, and you could display her that way. So I've had a lot of fun with these. They're, like I said, they're fun to play with. They don't take up a whole lot of room. In fact, mine live in I have an ottoman that has a lid on it. You can store things in it, and mine will all live in there. But this particular group I have together to build the Advent calendar. So so for December 3rd, it is Santa's bag with Elsa and Anna. So we have 3 now. And of course, every year that I get to put that up, my investment goes a little farther to getting paid off. What else was I supposed to do? Oh, the chocolate. I did not eat my strawberry chocolate yesterday either. I think I just got too tired. So I get to pick a new one. And maybe I'll eat both of them tonight. What's this one? Roses. Oh, a Cadbury signature truffle. And that looks pretty delicious. Tomorrow is a big day. I'm hoping to actually start painting that front room a little bit. And then I have to go run some errands. I ordered some C's to send to Japan, and then they had a special request of me for a gift. They're very homesick. My son is very homesick. He hasn't been here, and he hasn't come back to California for 6 years. And it's hard. It's been hard on all of us to be isolated, but one of the things that's been hard for me, we had to cancel their trip. They were supposed to come to California last June. Tickets were all bought and paid for, and they were all excited. The kids are so excited. The 9 and 5-year-old, they are so excited to come to California, come to America. And it had to be canceled because of COVID. And so it's one thing to make a choice not to go travel somewhere, to make a choice to be looking at your budget, looking at your available time and say, gee, we just can't do it this year. But to be told you can't, to have the tickets in your hand and it was such a certainty that we were all going to get together, and then to have that yanked out from under you. We understand the reason. We supported it when nobody was arguing. But it was still just horrendous. And my 9-year-old, oh my God, my 9-year-old grandson, he was just devastated. He was so excited to come here. So we're all looking with some level of hope, if not optimism, to next summer. And gonna try, we're looking to see if we're gonna be able to try to do that again. As far as Vlogmas goes, I hope that the holiday's going well for you. It's going fine for me. I'm living in a mess. It's not going to get better, but I'm not entertaining this year. Nobody's coming over to my house. And my goal is just to get that front room done and get the tree. The tree right now, I'm looking at it, it's sitting in my kitchen. My Christmas tree that's going to go in there. And there's no surface here. Every year I bake chocolate chip cookies to send to Japan to my son and his wife. And I need to do that tomorrow or Saturday. And right now there is no surface in my kitchen. I was going to say in my bathroom. Maybe I'm going to have to make them in the bathroom because I think there are surfaces in there available. Okay, definitely time to stop. Looking forward on the 5th, that's Walt Disney's birthday. So that's going to be Saturday, right? I think I'm going to post in honor of Disney's birthday, I think I'm going to post my little documentary lesson I did on my Disney bear collection. So if you want to come by then, if you like Disney stuff, you're welcome to come by and see some fun Disney bears, just a little bit of history of the Disneyland bears and what's available and what was available and how they came to be. And it might be really boring, but I enjoyed visiting with my bears again. So yeah, we'll see you then. Bye.